In this video, we are going to talk about the representation of sets. There are two methods of representing a set. So first one we are going to know is roster or tabular form. And the second method of representing a set is set builder form. First, we are going to talk about the roster and tabular form. Tabular form. I'm going to start with the help of an example so that it would be easy. So first example is the set of all even positive integers less than 11. So if we want to write it down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So here the statement said, the first example, it is like all even positive integers, all even positive integers. So even we know that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So if I will try to write it in a set, inside a set, so like in set we write it as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These are the set of all even positive integers which is less than 10. And one thing more, what we can say, this is the roster or tabular form. This is the roster or tabular form represented in roster or tabular form. Okay, let me take one more example. Example 2, the set of all natural numbers which divide 42, which divide 42. So if I want to write all the elements, so first element which can divide 42 is 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, no, 6, yes, 7, yes, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yes, 14 can divide 42, and yes, 21 and 42. So these are all the elements which can divide 42. So if the things which we have written down here, this is in the form of the roster form, represented in roster or tabular form. Okay, let's see one more example. Example 3. Set of all vowels in English alphabet is A, E, I, O, U. So this set is again represented in roster or tabular form. Represented in roster or tabular form. Roster or tabular form. Okay, let's take one more example. One thing more, what I want to tell you here, like now we can understand in roster form, all the elements of set are listed, and the elements are being separated by commas and are enclosed within braces. So this is something the rule for the roster or tabular form. Okay, let's take one more example. The set of odd natural numbers. Odd natural numbers. So if we want to write that set is 1, 3, because we know the odd numbers. So 1, 3, 5, and so on. This set is representing the set of odd natural numbers. And again, this set is in the form of roster or tabular form, represented in roster or tabular form. Okay, some important thing which we want to know here, something important which you need to remember for the roster or tabular form. First thing you need to remember one, in roster form, the order in which the elements are listed is immaterial. What is that? The order in which the elements are listed is immaterial. What it means? Let's try to understand what it means. Let's see example second, which we already visited and we have seen the example 2. Let's see example number 2 again. Okay, let's go and see. Yes, here in example number 2, if this is a set and we want to interchange the positions of the element, if this is a final set, the set of all natural numbers which divide 42, yes, and if I change the positions of the elements, like let's see 6, 7, 14, 21, 1, 2, 3, 42, so there is no change. This is the correct way to represent the roster or tabular form, and this is also the correct way to represent the roster or tabular form. Interchanging the positions of the elements inside the set is not going to affect on the sets, not affect the rule and something. So immaterial, it means that not important. Okay, let me take one more points which you need to remember too. While writing the set in a roster form, an element is not generally repeated. While writing the set in roster or tabular form, the elements is not generally repeated. And what it means, let's take one to example and try to understand what is that. Example number 1, that is, like if we have school, SCHOOL, the set of letters forming the word school, yes, and if I write in this set form, so how can I write it? In set we can write S. In roster form, if I tell you how we can write it as, in this the set of letters forming the word school. So now we have SCHOL. What we can see here, like the statement is saying that while writing the set in a roster or tabular form, the element is not generally repeated. The element not generally repeated. Okay, so repeating the elements is not repeated in the roster or tabular form. So that's why we remove one. We have two O here, but inside the set we have only one. So this is the correct way to represent in roster or tabular form. And one thing what I can say, all the elements are taken as distinct. And one thing more we have seen, like the in the second, remember second, inside the remember second, there is written that the word in which the elements are listed is immaterial. Like if we want to see here again, so we can write the school again as CHOLS, interchanging the positions of the element. There is no issue for that in roster or tabular form. Now let's talk about the set builder form.